Alright, cool. Welcome you guys. It's Project Grow. It is Tony here. We are wrapping up the Economic Viability Series. It is the second week of April. I hope you guys are all doing well out there. Just to kind of give you guys a heads up and also a recap of what we've done the past couple of weeks. We got to sit down with Kevin Noel. I wanted to thank him specifically to kind of paint the whole picture of what we're doing on the economic viability level, to sit down with a 23-year-old independent farmer and get his intake and also his input on what it means to actually do things on a bioavailable, sustainable, and organic level. I think that's not only huge to get that out into society, but also be able to stir the questions that people need to ask to be able to move into more of a conscious nutritional lifestyle. So also what's really interesting, finding the economic viability source and just the economic ways of prioritizing your health is using the truth in whole foods to complement your ecosystem. Each person is different within their body and their biology. So I feel like, within their ecosystems, how we're going to try to framework the next specific series, which has been super, invigorating for me to try to go out and research a little bit more about the nutritional lifestyles, is we're going to hit home, and I'm going to be able to sit down with a few of not only my friends but my personal motivators within different nutritional lifestyles to kind of give people more of a choice option, because like I said, health is kind of about experimenting, and if you experiment in a way where your body can respond to the specific things that you're doing on a nutrient dense level, it's easier for you to make that decision, and it's easier for you to be a little bit more open with the idea of conscious eating and healthy living in that aspect. So very cool. Also, herb and teas. I totally give you guys websites based off, if you guys haven't seen the last couple of episodes, check those out. Huge resources for bulk foods. Also Chinese and Tibetan herbalism, and also superfoods just in general in bulk aspects. So if you guys haven't checked out the last 2 weeks, definitely go check them out. Those informations are written all over that episode, so you guys can check it out. But I did forget spices, herbs, and teas. Like, I did the Chinese herbalism a little bit, but mountainroseherbs.com, a little bit more, I say, heavy on the herbs as well as spices. So if you're looking into the cooking, also into just more framework of adding in more herbs to your healthy lifestyle, check out mountainroseherbs.com. Huge, awesome place. They're based out of Oregon. Do beautiful things. Also teas. I get all my teas from arborteas.com. Arbor Teas, ARBORTEAS.com. Matcha specifically, I get all my premium matcha from there. Kind of a little bit expensive, but if you like to divulge in a little bit more of a cultural aspect to cuisine, do it. Awesome. To kind of wrap up the viability aspect, I want to give you guys a definition of viability. It's the capable of success, within continuing effectiveness. It's a practical practice. So I think within the economic standpoints and also the health viability, those two kind of coincide, where if you're making the proper healthcare decisions by your food, your healthcare is taken care of. We also, like I said, we have it reversed, where it's like if we get sick, we're paying premiums and arms out the leg to actually get sick, and then, the insurance companies are raking in the benefits by doing that. But if you take it into your hands, take it into your powers, ask those questions, dive head first into the concept of healthcare, what it really means to truly take care of yourself by your food, which is your true medicine, you don't have to worry about problems. I guarantee it. It makes stress management so much easier and makes your life so much more, beautiful. It makes it more, you're thriving at that level. You're not surviving, you're not getting by. So I think if you take that into account, it's not even just easier to manage, but it's also more enjoyable. Life is more enjoyable, and it's more fruitful. You get to taste what healthcare has to offer. And I think that's a really cool aspect. Also, what I was talking about, the intro to nutritional lifestyles, this is my idea. We're going to hit on veganism, which is huge. I practiced it for 9 months. Me, personally, I'll let you guys know, I am not ethically or based off of the technical definition a vegan. I still consume honey products. And so a lot of people, that is an animal byproduct, but a lot of organic plant-based cuisine, specifically, within Los Angeles and other places that I've traveled to, they still use raw honey as a source. So I consume honey just based off of nutrient density, as well as bee pollen for my sinuses. Super dry out here in Los Angeles comparatively where I'm from. But not only that, I do consume royal jelly, get into like the whole Bruce Lee martial art kind of stuff. We had to study him a little bit. Super, super cool how he took his approach to royal jelly. If you guys want to go check that out, do it for sure. But also at the same time, we're going to look into a paleo diet, what people actually get into that. That's been a super trend in my opinion, so huge look into that. We're also going to look in ketogenic, the actual diet of using fats as your soluble energy source. Also, huge thing that I'm super excited about is the 80-10-10 diet, where it's using 80% of your carbs based by fruits and vegetables, and then 10% max on fats as well as protein. So that's the 80-10-10 diet. Got a huge interview lined up for that because that's a really interesting concept of living. But also, yeah, perfect. This is it. This is it. I got this from one of my friends at work, and I'm going to sit down with him. He's one of our line cooks. Shout out to Matty Ice. So we're going to get into this. This is going to be really, really interesting. But also at the same time, we're going to just dive into just more of a concept of whole foods. I think this is my approach to trying to give that to you guys so you guys can understand what you guys really want to look into, what you guys want to dive into. Experimenting is so much fun. I actually was talking to my brother about trying the 80-10-10 diet for like maybe a week just to see how I feel about it. So we'll see, and I'll give you guys some feedback on that. But also ask those questions. That's what we're here for. Also, just shouts out real quick before we wrap this up. Shouts out to Howard, man. Howard at Santa Monica Market Wine and Spirits. He gave me a huge hookup on the Golden Coast mead. And if you guys don't know what mead is, it's fermented honey wine. Some people call it honey wine. Some people call it honey beer. But it is the most ancient based drink out there that I've known of. And I got to try it for the first time when I was in San Diego. And I was blown away. So they were the only ones that do it, you know, north of Long Beach. So shout outs to him for giving me a huge discount on the array of what they had available. Super awesome. And shout outs to Golden Coast Mead, sustainable harvesting of honey to actually use those products, and over 600,000 pollinations per bottle. It's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. But also, last but not least, Alchemica, what you guys are doing with raw cacao and raw cannabis. It's unreal. Like the pain management in that source, which you guys are doing, is huge. I think not only there's the THC, but the cannabinoid level with cacao and the potency of theobromine, what's in cacao, so huge. Big shout outs to you guys. Glad I got to meet you guys through some extended friends. So shout outs to you guys. Also at the same time, keep an open mind. Like this is been an absolute amazing experience to get through these 2 series. We're going to start getting into more of the nutritional aspect. I wanted to touch in on what it meant for your mind, not only to take in that subconscious eating series, to make that mental approach, that leap to making a conscious nutritional lifestyle, but then also at the same time understanding that it is a sacrifice in your wallet, but it's actually a less sacrifice in your health if you actually put your money towards that conscious nutritional lifestyle. So with that being said, we will kick off next week with one of our first interviews, and I will see you guys then. Till then, hustle and meditate, live and love like a warrior. Love each other, but also at the same time, love yourself. See you guys next week. Peace. Keep on smiling for